Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Myself, Yojana Kumawat, lecturer in chemical engineering of TTY Polytechnic Nashik. Today I am going to discuss food drying with you. In that, I am focusing on the tray dryer used for the food drying. Drying is mainly done by two ways, by thermal drying and also by the non-thermal drying. Thermal drying is commonly described the process of thermally removing the volatile substances to yield a solid product. Means in this we are removing the moisture with the help of external heat to make the product dry. And in non-thermal drying, we are not using heat in this. For example, squeezing of wetted sponge means in that in the process of squeezing, we are removing the water from that sponge. If we take second example, that is adsorption by desiccant, in that we generally use a desiccator. Desiccator is mainly adsorption process is involved in the desiccator. In that, what happens if we put some material for drying into the desiccator, then adsorption takes place in that, and the moisture get adsorbed on the adsorbent, and in this way the drying takes place. And the third method is extraction, means in this process we are extracting the moisture from the material. Purposes of drying are to avoid or eliminate moisture which may lead to corrosion and decrease the product stability, or to improve or keep the good properties of food, for example, the flowability or the compressibility of the food, or to reduce the cost of transportation of large volume material. Because we know that if any material contains moisture, then it becomes heavier. But if we remove the water from that material, then its weight get reduced. So, cost of transportation for the dried material decreases. To make the material easy or more suitable for handling. After drying, we can easily handle the material. Drying also required for the preservation of material and for the process of evaporation, filtration, and crystallization. In that also drying takes place. Different types of dryings are direct or convective drying. Means in this convection of heat takes place, means heat transfer takes place in the convection form. It is established through the direct contact between the product and the gas heating medium. Material reaches steady state temperature near gas bed temperature. In the indirect heating, we are not putting but a heating medium and the product in contact like direct. They are separated by wall. Material reaches steady state temperature near a liquid boiling point for the contact tray drying. This type of process is established from the heated surface in the contact with the product. And the last method is radiation. Heat transfer establishes by radiation from energy source. This is no contact from the heated surface or a medium and the product. In this process, heating or the heat transfer takes place with the help of electromagnetic waves. Mechanism of drying are liquid diffusion. In this, if the wet solid is at a temperature below the boiling point of the liquid, then the liquid diffusion occurs. If the liquid vaporizes within the material, then the vapor diffusion occurs. And if drying takes place at a very low temperature and pressure, for example, freeze drying, etc., for that, we can say condensation diffusion takes place. And when internal vaporization rate of a material exceeded the rate of vapor transport through the solid to the surrounding, then the hydrostatic pressure difference is used for the drying. Methods of drying under practice. We generally uh, use drying process for the drying of different food material. In that, in a daily life, we use a sun drying process. It is the oldest method of naturally drying the food and related items. Then hot air drying is also used for the drying of food material. It is one of the common drying method in which food item to be dried is exhibited to explosion of hot air. Another method used for drying is electromagnetic. This type of drying process is used for the new heating technologies such as infrared, radio frequency, and the microwave type heating system. And the freeze drying, the frozen materials are positioned in a vacuum compartment in a fluid out of the water. So these are some different types of drying processes we generally use in our daily life. And now we will see about the tray dryers. In this diagram, you can see this is the actual diagram of the tray dryer. Here you can see these kind of trays are situated inside the tray dryer. At the back side, fan is given um, for passing of air inside this dryer. In this figure, you can see this is the air inlet, and this outer surface you can see this is the drying chamber. This is the heat source. Air is removed through this air exhaust when fan is provided over here, and these are the track. Okay, and you can see these are the main trays which are used in the tray dryer for the drying of food. We generally put our food material on these trays for the which we want to dry. Okay, in this process generally the air is transferred through this trays, and this air is heated with the help of this heat source. In the tray dryer, generally two kind of heat transfer takes place. One is the convection and the another one is the radiation. Convection takes place from the heated tray dryer. Means here the heat transfer takes place from the heated trays or from the outer heated material which is present in the tray dryer, and from this heated surface some radioactive rays are transferring, and we can say that this process of transferring of heat through the heated surface is known as radiation. Okay, so please understand here the heat transfer takes place through the heat convection, means from the transfer of this trace to the material which we want to dry, and through the radiation, means through the heating surface. Okay, in this way we dry the material in the tray dryer. Also, hot air is used in the tray dryer to heat the material or to dry the material. In this tray dryer, we are generally removing the moisture from the food material and making them dry. This tray dryer process is generally a batch process. Means for one batch we are adding some food material to dry, and the after completion of whole drying we remove all this batch and we will add again a new fresh batch inside this tray dryer. This is not the continuous process. Okay, so basically please remember in this process we are using the hot air. For that we are providing the air inside this tray dryer. We are heating that air, and this air is passing through that trays, and with the help of convection and the radiation, heat transfer takes place from these trays or from this surface to the material. In this way, drying takes place in the tray dryer. Advantages and disadvantages of the tray dryings are: advantages are it is simple in handling process and it is having a lesser capital cost. Disadvantages of this process are it is non-uniform drying of a product at a different location within the system, because if air is not moved inside the tray dryer uniformly, then all material does not get completely dried. Sometimes rotating trays are used inside the tray dryer for the uniform drying process. Next disadvantage is time required for drying is more, and the major disadvantage of this type of dryer are the high labor cost involved during the loading and unloading of the drying material and the low capacities of the units. Different applications of this dry dryings or drying of food material are for the drying of dairy products, milk, whey, creamers, coffee surrogates, tea, flavored powder drinks, processed cereals, best foods, potatoes, starch, derivatives, sugar, vegetable, fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices. All these things are dried with the help of this dry dryers. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I will meet soon with my next video.